Right, day one of the Mass Effect 2 N7 armour build. I've got all the templates for most of the upper half of the body all drawn and cut out. Today's the day when I'm going to start cutting it out of the foam. It's currently 5 minutes past 12 and I'll be doing hourly updates because there's only about 20 minutes worth of footage on this camera. So, right, catch you again in an hour. Right, according to the time, it is now 1 minute past 1. Surprising, I'm getting a lot more done than I thought I was going to get. At this moment, I've sort of going to have to start making new templates because I've almost cut out all the ones that I've actually got done. Ben does know that one of the panels on the chest I said might have been way too big. I was almost right. It only just fit on the 60 by 60 square that we're using to make this out of. So yeah, so it might have to be trimmed down a bit, but I can't do that till he's back here, where he's up in London at the moment. So I got top of the chest, second panel of the chest, which is the one that's too long. If I line that up right, it should look something like that. I've also got the two forearm pieces cut out. They're going to be heat gunned to curve it into place. I also used some time to test different methods of attaching and gluing these bits together. This one here is 3 layers held together by Araldite, one of my favourite adhesives. This one is used by this No More Nails tape, so hopefully we're going to see what that does. I'm going to wait for them to dry, and then after that I'm going to heat gun them all so I can put them to the extreme weather test, because it's going to be very hot where he's wearing this. I've also tested out the new tool I got so I can put a detail on. It works pretty damn well. So yeah, the only thing left for me to cut out for the templates which I've got drawn is the last section of the chest piece and then the armband, which is what I'm going to redraw a template of. That's how much I've done in about possibly about 3/4 of an hour, not an hour. When after I started the first video, I actually had to go back inside to get more tools and more of my templates because I forgot them. So I didn't actually start making till about 12:15 instead of 12 o'clock. So 3/4 hour work, not bad. Ran out of stuff to do. I'm now going to make more templates. I don't know how much is going to be left for me to do tomorrow, because at this rate I'm going to get most of it done. So right. It is currently 1 minute past 3, 4 minutes past. I'm reading the time wrong. It's now 4 past 1, and I'll get you another update at 2 o'clock. Right, it's just turned 2 o'clock. What I've done since the last update was I went and drew another couple templates. I redrew the template for these bits. These go on the bicep. Got 2 of them. And I've done the ab section. That goes on, well, as it named, the abs. I tried out a few more things. I even tested out my heat gun, which I bought especially to do this project. These are trimming bits. They go around the edges of each one of the foam tiles, roughly like that, so you've got a nice flat edge. Now these are a bit flexy, but mainly straight. Now the heat gun's used to try and bend them. Here's one I heat gunned. They work pretty damn well, but if you can see from then, that's completely fine. The section where I heat gunned it, it deteriorates slightly, it melts it very slightly. Also causes slight bubbling on the inside. But that's just the lower heat setting will do. So all in all, today's build is going very, very well. I mean, I thought this was going to take a couple hours, but instead it's, well, started at 12, it's 2. This is hour 3 then, entering hour 3 of my descent to madness. I mean, doing this Mass Effect armour. So it's just fantastic, you know, when you plan something and then the plan goes better than expected, and even better, because today someone doubted that I'd get this done. This entire suit's meant to be finished for the end of May. Someone doubted that I'm going to get it all done just because I didn't do any work yesterday. Now, it's just, at this rate, it's going to be done by about the middle of next week if I get the rest of the templates finished. I've yet to draw out templates for the lower parts of the body, and I have to recalculate my measurements for the back part of the upper body. But I might end up having to do that. I might end up going back inside and doing that, and then coming out and cutting more of them. But not until after I've done what I'm doing here, which is basically smoothing off the edges, neating them up a bit, because at the moment they're a bit rough. So I'm just going around with my wonderful Dremel and smoothing it all the fuck out. That's about it really, so I'll catch you again at 3 o'clock. It's now 3 minutes past 2, and 3 o'clock might be my last update. Who knows? Right, see you then. Right, it is 3 o'clock. That is the end of the 3rd hour of making, and I've ran out of stuff to do. I've got the top chest piece, so the top 2 panels of the chest piece, the ab piece. The arm bits that I had cut out, I've started doing basic bending. I need Ben to be back here before I can bend them around his arm, so I'm just doing that as an initial first bend to make it a lot easier. The tests for what's the best adhesive for sticking it together I'm going to do tomorrow, so it's got overnight to set. Having a freezer here was fantastic. You can see here vaguely, you can see it gets a lot darker. That's when the heat gun actually starts melting the foam on a basic layer. Zoom! Sorry people, I accidentally hit the zoom. So basically quick heat blast until it goes black, and then pow! Right onto this solid chunk of ice. It just did it in instants. It was brilliant. So now I'm pretty much just cleaning up. We started off with 11 tiles. Got 8 full ones and this L-shaped one. So I've got plenty, probably finish it. I've got this whole big bag of scraps. So it should be all good still. I'm going to go back inside now, recalculate the back and the spine pieces. And depending on when I get them done, I'll either come back out today and get them done, or I'll probably most likely do it tomorrow, and then you'll have a Mass Effect Armour Build Day 2 video tomorrow. So I'm going to tidy up, and then I'll come and upload it on YouTube.